What do you think, guys? Do you think without lamp or with lamp? I don't know, kind of. It all looks the same to me, I don't really mind. But today we are doing our second part of going through every single platinum trophy that I've ever earned in my entire life. And I believe this is where we ended off. We have a part one where I went through the first 50 platinums that I ever earned in my lifetime of going for platinum trophies. So I'll leave that link down below in the description and the pinned comment if you do want to check that one out. But today we're going to be going through the next 50, so platinums number 51 all the way to 100, which there'll be quite a few gaps in there because this is, I think, like I say, platinum 50 was Lego Harry Potter years 5 to 7. And then a couple of platinums after this is where I stopped going for platinum trophies for, honestly, around 4 to 5 years. Like, I still went for there are some platinums still in that time, but I just wasn't as bothered about it. I think I went so ham with it for about 3-4 years. I was like, I just want to play games. I don't want to worry about the platinums there. But we got back into that around 2020, and still to this day, I'm like going for platinums again. So, The Lord of the Rings, Aragorn's Quest. We're just going to talk briefly about a lot of these games, not go too into depth with them. But like I say, I know a lot of people do these videos and they just kind of breeze through a lot of the platinums or games that they've played. I want to at least mention every single game that I have played, just because it'll make me feel good. Aragorn's Quest, very close to platinum on that one, 9 trophies left. I think this will be one of those games that I go back to in a video at some point. I still want to do a video where I go back to 10 games that was very, very close to platinuming and never quite completed the challenge. Not that Aragorn's Quest is going to be a challenge to do, but I can't remember this game. Why do Lord of the Rings games suck so bad? Apart from the PS2 games, which we all loved, of course, and maybe the Lord of the Rings Conquest, other than that, Lord of the Rings games have sucked. Lego Lord of the Rings is kind of cool, but yeah, that one wasn't very good. Skyrim, I have Skyrim probably a couple of times on this list, but I didn't get many trophies on this, to be fair. I didn't even complete the game, apparently. I have completed Skyrim somewhere. Very good game. I do actually want to platinum Skyrim at some point in my life, but it wasn't around that time, unfortunately. Oh yeah, we're around year-wise 2012 at this point. So picture that in your mind. We're back 2012, 12 years ago. Wild. Deus Ex Human Revolution. I've never been a huge Deus Ex fan. I feel like they're kind of cool. They started this, I didn't know if they started it, but they popularized the genre of just kind of like doing things the way you want to do it. It's not so strict down a narrow corridor, like you can improvise and stuff like that. And then you get games like Prey kind of coming in to do that, and Dishonored and all those kind of games. But yeah, I remember enjoying it a little bit, but not, wow, look at that image. Bar tab. Help the Hive bartender settle a tab. Well, I don't remember doing that, but I hope it made him very happy. A couple of Tom Clancy Splinter Cell games. Like I said in the last video, I enjoyed the Splinter Cell games. I'd want to go for the platinum at least on a couple of these. Would be quite fun to do. FIFA 12, we've spoke a lot about. FIFA games and EA Sports games are just basically impossible at this point. But our first platinum on the list, Jak and Daxter, the precursor Legacy. I'd obviously played this before back on the PS2 era. I'd played the original trilogy to death. One of my favourite trilogies of all time, honestly. And Jak and Daxter is a little bit different to 2 and 3, I'd say. It's the most different just because it's a bit more childish. They're all childish, but this one was the most childish because you're just kind of jumping around a little forest for the most part and having fun. Very, very easy platinum, 17.6%. Got this one. I got this in 2012. It didn't take me it took me a day to get that platinum. It is very easy though. You just have to get all the precursor eggs and stuff, and that's really about it. All the precursor orbs, sorry. And Jak 3 and 2 are here, but I didn't platinum these two. Why not? I bet it's the precursor orbs, because this one was a bit more. I think they had some missable ones on that one. I could be wrong. Because again, I played these on PS4 as well, so they'll pop up again in a future video, I'm sure. But Jak 3, also very close, but I'm going to assume it was the... Yep, precursor orbs yet again. AC Revelations, anyway, was the second platinum. Just the DLC missing from this one, which I doubt is even a thing anymore, to be honest. But really enjoy Assassin's Creed Revelations, one of the better Assassin's Creed games. Not one of the goated ones, but I think Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 2 are better. But then Revelations kind of came in, did more of the same, I seem to remember. I actually remember the day this came out because I got back from school. I was in secondary school at the time, and 2 of my friends came round and we played like the first couple of hours, I think, for this. I do want to go back at some point. We'll do a video on this because I've done a video on Brotherhood. I want to do one on Revelations as well, on the Ezio trilogy. Rage, this is the game that features in an episode of Breaking Bad, which is pretty cool. I remember watching Breaking Bad for the first time and recognizing Rage. He was playing like not a VR version, it was like he had the gun and stuff. I don't know, I don't remember that. I just remember playing it on console, but really great game, way better than Rage 2. Rage 2 will pop up at some point, but a pretty rare platinum actually. I don't know what was so... Oh, just reaching 100%, getting all that. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this game at the time. It kind of is very Mad Max-esque before they had a Mad Max game. I remember having a lot of fun with it. Really arcadey, really enjoyable game. Bit spooky at times as well. I didn't enjoy kind of going around those dark corridors and never know what's waiting for you. But yeah, that's platinum number 3. And then Mass Effect 3. Didn't get too far into Mass Effect 3. Completed Mass Effect 2. I've never played Mass Effect 1. And I only did a tiny bit of Mass Effect 3, 7 trophies here. But I will go back at some point because we have that trilogy that they released now for PlayStation 4. I will get to that at some point. Alright, now we've got a flurry of platinum. So The Darkness 2. I enjoyed this game. This was like a first person. From what I remember, you had 2 demons. Like your R1 was the right demon and L1 was the left demon. I think you had guns as well. Something like that. Or you could go into demon mode. I don't really know how it worked, but... Thanks, Katara. Dante's Inferno. I'm going to say, so I got that on the 1st of January, April 2012. I think I got the Dante's Inferno a day or 2 later. Am I right? Ooh, 3 days later. That's not too bad. Dante's Inferno, this kind of... I remember from this it was a bit of a God of War rip-off, but still kind of fun. Wasn't anything amazing, like I say, because God of War 3 would have come out a couple of years before this, and this just kind of felt like it was trying to do what that did. And it was a fun time. It wasn't the worst rip-off I guess I've ever played. Saints Row the Third, back when Saints Row was actually really good. Really enjoyed this one. Played this with a couple of friends pretty much all the way through, minus the DLC, and got that in the same month as well, so really enjoyable game. Silent Hill Downpour, the only, you're going to hate this, but I'm going to say it anyway, the only Silent Hill game I've ever played all the way through. I completely missed out on Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2, and you can't, I wanted to do a video on Silent Hill 2 actually, but you can't buy it on the PlayStation 5. It just doesn't exist, so I'd have to whip out the PlayStation 3 for that, because I want to play it before the remake comes out as well, because I want to see like the original version of it and get the platinum on that. But yeah, sadly Silent Hill, and we haven't had a Silent Hill game in about 10 years now, but sadly Downpour is the only one I've played all the way through. And I know a lot of people hate this game, but I had a lot of fun with this one. It's kind of like around the time I was starting to do the YouTube channel as well. Some good memories with Silent Hill Downpour, to be fair. Sniper Elite 2, really great game. I think the only trophies I was missing were online ones for the most part. I don't know, a couple of collectibles there. Oh, maybe not. Survive 10 game. There are some online ones, but that's not the majority of it. So yeah, I love Sniper Elite 2. I've platinum Sniper Elite 3, or no, Sniper Elite 4. I think will be up further on the list, but yeah, Sniper Elite 2. I didn't quite get it. Alice Madness Returns. This is an Alice in Wonderland kind of game. Really fun actually. I had a lot of good times with this one, but it kind of ran its course towards the end. Oh, I did complete it. Cool. So I just have to do it on hard or nightmare difficulty. This might be another one that I go back to at some point, because I can imagine it's just a lot of collectibles that I missed and stuff like that. But pretty fun game. Right, Driver San Francisco. I remember a little bit about this game. 2012, I vaguely remember it. I love how the platinum image, by the way, is just the poster for the game. That's kind of cool. Yeah, kind of like Wheelman, it felt like. I do not remember this game, to be honest. I vaguely have images of it. Yeah, because the movie stuff, I remember that part about it, but that's really about it. Yeah, cool. I guess I got the platinum, though. FIFA Street, around when people really wanted FIFA Street to kind of come back, and then it did, and I mean, I didn't get the platinum, but it was a fun game. Around when FIFA was huge and stuff like that. I mean, it still is, obviously, but not so much in my world. Add a new friend using the friend recommendation feature. Hell yeah. Modern Warfare 3, another great Call of Duty game before they kind of start to fall off. Are you wanting to hop down, or you can do whatever you want, Katara? There you go. I was gonna say I'm not your dad, but I am, so that's funny. But I really enjoyed Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. I think are all pretty much goated. This was probably the weakest out of those three, I'd say, but still a really, really great time. Enjoyed the maps, and again, fond memories of this game. This is back when I just played Call of Duty all year round, every single year, for probably all the way up to maybe Infinite Warfare. Maybe Black Ops 3, kind of around that time, but this was still very much in the when Call of Duty was peak kind of time. So Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, I've spoken about this in another video, but so close. 2 trophies away, and I can't get it now, because in Heroes mode, eliminate, it just, not gonna happen. So that's kind of sad, but that's one of those trophies where I said I did it in my 10 games I gave up on. Right, next up was Catherine, which we did videos on around the time as well. Really fun game. I really enjoyed this one. Very unique. I'm surprised, not that we haven't got a Catherine sequel, but just that we haven't got a game that kind of, there probably is games that tried to do what Catherine did, but none that I've ever kind of got on its level. Really, really challenging puzzle game. Really fun story as well. This was around when I started to take note of who Troy Baker was as well. But yeah, really recommend checking Catherine out. Platinum number 10 was Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, the video game, Ellie. I don't know, this is probably one of the most forgettable Lego games for me. I've never been a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan anyway. Pirates of the Caribbean is still really cool. Don't get me wrong, I need to give them all a rewatch. What is that as an image? Watch a sunset. Okay, yeah, cool. But plenty of Lego games on this list, so yeah, no surprise that one's there. Splatterhouse. Now this is another game that I kind of got fairly close to on the Platinum, but gave up because of, let me see if I can remember which one it was. Yeah, it'd be brutal mode. I remember the level it was. It was kind of like a carousel level when everyone was coming at you from every direction, something like that. It can't be that hard because it is 7.3% of people that have it as well, so that might be another one that I go back to at some point and just get the Platinum for, but right now, kind of failed on it, so close though. Just Cause 2. Is it Just Cause or Just Cuz? Just Cuz. It sounds like it should be Just Cuz, but everyone's like saying Just Cause. Just Cause Havoc. I don't really know. Another one that was very close on. 5 trophies remained. Really fun game. Those images are dead. They're all just the same image. Oh, I don't hate when developers do that, but I do notice it and I'm like, oh my god. No effort. But anyway, reach 75% completion in normal mode. Fly an airplane under 30 bridges, drive all vehicles. What's this? Bonus for completing the game on hardcore difficulty, and then kill 5 enemies by smashing them with an object tethered to your vehicle with the grappling hook. Okay, I could do that. There's no online trophies there, so maybe. Shadow of the Colossus. I tried this. I know this is a fan favorite game, but wait, there's more. Only got 3% and then gave up. I defeated the second Colossus in 2013 and then stopped. I did play it on the PS4 though when they did that. This is the original. I played the one that they bought the PS4, the remake thing, and completed it there. So I have completed and played Shadow of the Colossus, but not the, I guess, the original version of it. And then I tried Ico as well and got 1% of that. Only 16 trophies on that, so I'll defeat it in under 2 hours. Oof. Save at all save points. I've never seen a trophy ask you to do that. That's cool. God of War Ascension. I think most people were disappointed with this one. I felt like it did feel like a why have we got this game kind of game, because we just had God of War 3, which was the end of the trilogy, and then we got God of War Ascension randomly and it had an online mode, which was a bit random, but I enjoyed it. It was more God of War. I don't think it was doing anything unique. It did feel like it got really hated on when it came out, and looking back, I can't really see why, because it did just feel like more God of War. Maybe that's why, because people were just disappointed, and why did we get more God of War when the trilogy kind of wraps up? But that was, I think, the moment where they were like, all right, let's leave God of War for a few years, because people are upset. But again, another game I could go back and platinum at some point. Kane and Lynch 2, a huge disappointment, because I really enjoyed the first Kane and Lynch game. This one, though, not so much, but again, I'll probably go back to it at some point. There's quite a few trophies to be had on there. Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, very close. Not quite though. Was it on? No, collect all secrets. Oh no, 25 team deathmatch rounds. Damn you, online trophies. There's always one. Kill. I could have got this as well. Achieve 100% accuracy in a mission. That's embarrassing that I don't have that, but whatever. Yeah, that's sad because that's the only online trophy as well. Ah well, what are you going to do? Fun game. That one was a fun game though, not so much the new ones that they had. Dishonored 1%, 2 trophies. I never could get into Dishonored, and I wasn't a fan of Deathloop. Like when Deathloop came out and it was getting loads of 10 out of 10s, I didn't see it, and I need to go back and give Dishonored another chance, but I really could not get into it. I remember trying to get into it multiple times because it might be on the PS4 as well, but I just couldn't do it for some reason. Oh, I should mention as well, this is around the time where I stopped. So Lego Pirates of the Caribbean was one of the last platinums I got, where I was like actively trying to get platinums, and then this is around where I started to stop for those few years that I mentioned, so might be big breaks between platinums at this point, but we'll get through it. Tomb Raider, great game, was trying to be a bit like Uncharted, but it did it very well, and Lara Croft is just, I mean, she's iconic for a reason, she's great, and I think we're about ready for another Lara Croft game. I'm fine with one, maybe not 2024, but 25. I think we should have a, because they've completed the trilogy now, but it's been, what, 4, maybe 5 years by the time the game comes out since a Lara Croft game, so I'd be down for another one, and I really enjoyed this one. The entire trilogy, actually, was really good, really good. The Walking Dead, this is such an easy platinum. You literally have to complete the game. That is literally all you have to do, is complete the game. But I mean, Telltale's The Walking Dead is one of the best narrative stories ever in gaming for me. I really connected with these characters, and Clementine, Lee. Yeah, I want to go back and replay this at some point actually, but amazing game. Survival Instinct. The first video I ever did on YouTube was for this game. Can you believe that? That's sad. That's really sad, but you know what? I feel like not many people can say their first ever video on YouTube was for The Walking Dead Survival Instinct out of all games. Horrible game, really horrible game, and missed 4 trophies, very close to platinum. This was again one of those games that I put in the list of 10 games I gave up on the platinums for, but yeah, this was dry. When Walking Dead was peak as well, when it was, everyone was watching The Walking Dead, but this game, not the one. And I feel like The Walking Dead, other than the Telltale one, has never been able to have a game that's good. Hitman 2, really great game. Played it originally on the PlayStation 2, but good to go back to it. Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel. I think I did go out of my way to get this platinum actually, but this was definitely around the time where I was starting to fall out of love with it a little bit for going for platinums, but I did go out of my way to get this one. Bioweapons, to tattoos, masks and outfits, blah 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 blah. Pretty good game, nowhere near as good as the first one for me, but Army of Two. I'm surprised we don't have another Army of Two. Did that kind of just die out, I guess, but really great 2-player game. It was like this and Kane and Lynch were the two-player games that felt kind of similar that I'd always just go back to, but really fun. Amazing Spider-Man, again, pretty close, but gave up on that one. I don't remember too much about this game, to be honest. I remember it being okay. I don't know. Lord of the Rings, or Lego Lord of the Rings. I think I have it on PS4, because I've definitely completed this. And I think I played it on the Vita as well, but PS3 apparently didn't get very far into it. Hitman Absolution, pretty good game, nothing amazing, just more Hitman. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, pretty close, but I think that's just from going through the game, to be honest. This game was pretty bad. I felt like the Harry Potter games started to get worse and worse as they went on. Harry Potter 1, 2 and 3 are all iconic. Harry Potter Goblet of Fire, I like that the Goblet of Fire had 2-player, but you couldn't explore in Hogwarts, which was ass. Order of the Phoenix was actually pretty good, and then from there onwards it just turned horrible. Half-Blood Prince. No, Order of the Phoenix was good. Half-Blood Prince was there. Then Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2 were ass. Ass! We have Hogwarts Legacy now, though, to make up for it, so it's fine. Bioshock Infinite, amazing game. I think I just completed it with that 50%. I have platinumed it since, but that was on the PS4. Fallout New Vegas, really amazing game. I don't know if I completed this one, but I did get pretty far into it. But yeah, that was a really strong game. Probably the best Fallout game, actually. Narrative-wise, maybe Fallout 3 is the best actual one. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, only 2%. Wow. I did so much of this game, so I'm very confused as to why that's... Is it a rare platinum? 2 point... Not really. I love this game. We put genuinely about 40 hours into this game, so it must just be very hard to get platinum... Oh, trophies on this one. Or you have to go out of your way to get them, maybe, which I guess we didn't do, so that might be why. But yeah, I loved Ni no Kuni. Obviously, Studio Ghibli kind of had a big part in this one, which was the drawing point, but really fun game. The Last of Us, of course, amazing. Don't worry, I have Platinum The Last of Us since, but not on the PS3, because like I said, I just didn't care about Platinums around this time. I did some of the online. Oh, it sucks, by the way, that we're not getting the... what was it going to be called? The Last of Us Online, the Factions mode. That sucks that got cancelled, but either way, because I really enjoyed it on the original Last of Us. But yeah, obviously, my favourite game of all time, as I've said multiple times. Far Cry 3, the best Far Cry game. They've never been able to top this one, somehow. They've had so many Far Cry games after this. Some of them have got close, like I think Far Cry 5 was meant to be really good, and Far Cry 4 was decent. Far Cry 6 I didn't care that much about, I thought it was fine, but Far Cry 3, they've just never been able to top that one, unfortunately. FIFA 13, more FIFA games, Black Ops 2. This was probably around when I started to fall off Call of Duty a little bit. Well, I still played it every year, but just didn't play it all year. I'd do like a couple of months, and then like I did Prestige, so that was that. But I guess I didn't do any of the campaign. Really? No, I did do the campaign to Black Ops 2. I'm sure I did. Have I never played? Huh. Interesting. Not really, but that might be a potential video, because I loved Black Ops 1. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised by that. I don't know. Alright, another Splinter Cell. That was the last Splinter Cell game I think we ever got, was Blacklist, unfortunately. Because this one was actually really good as well. I really enjoyed this one. Beyond Two Souls, nowhere near as good as Heavy Rain or Detroit Become Human, but pretty good overall. And again, did go back to it on PS4. GTA 5, this was around... Oh yeah, you can see it here. We're about to transition from the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4. So, buckle up for that. Yeah, I did the campaign and that was really about it. And some of the online. And then the final PlayStation 3 game that I played was Batman Arkham Origins. I thought this was really good, actually. Surprised more people don't talk about this one, but whatever, what can you do? And then we moved on to the PlayStation 4. Contrast, fun game, no platinum. I'm going to breeze through these a little bit quicker because I've just realised this is, like say, around the time where I didn't go for platinum, so there might be a lot of games here that will just speed run through. But Killzone, couldn't quite get into that game. It was quite difficult, actually, around the time. Battlefield 4 was giving Call of Duty a run for its money around this time, but could never quite get there, I think. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, one of, I'd say, top 3 Assassin's Creed games for me. I really want to go back and platinum this at some point. Don't Starve, really fun game. I put a lot of hours into this one, but... oh, it's only 10 trophies. Okay, no mind, I thought it might be a platinum. I didn't unlock too... I did quite well, but not well enough. Resogun, amazing, amazing game. Highly recommend this one. Really good fun. It's the same people who did Returnal, Housemarque, Returnal, Alien Nation, or Dead Nation, and all that stuff. And Alien Nation. It kind of sounded like I said a mistake, but I did mean that. It is Alien Nation. Yeah, I need to go for the DLC on this one, but I've platinumed this about 3 times, I think. But really, really great game. Call of Duty Ghosts. I really enjoyed Call of Duty Ghosts. When this came out and everyone was like, oh, Call of Duty's dead. This is the worst Call of Duty ever. I was confused because I thought the campaign was... Don't get me wrong, it's not one of the best of the best, but I thought the campaign was really cool and the online was fun, but... I don't know, I guess I was kind of falling off Call of Duty at that point anyway, so I wasn't too upset about it, but I had a lot of fun with that one. Warframe, couldn't quite get into that one, but I've heard it's really, really good now. Thief, very, very close, but I think I had to do the game under a certain amount of time and couldn't quite get there. Trials Fusion was just too hard. Infamous Second Son, really good game, not quite as good as Infamous 1 and 2 for me, but still pretty good story. Good combat, and I like the world, and seeing the graphics at that time as well in 2014. Oh, I was like, bro, this is the future. And and now you look back at it, it still looks pretty good, but I mean, yeah, we've come a long way. Right, a lot of indie games around this time, because this is when we had PlayStation Plus, so a lot of free games of the month were coming out, but Stick It to the Man. This game kind of made me nauseous. Made me a little bit sick. I wasn't very, I don't know, wasn't very happy with that game. I'm not going to even expand on that, I'm just going to leave it there. Child of Light, amazing, amazing game. Only missed 1 trophy, which I think was a collectible one. Collectible Confessions, yeah. But amazing, amazing game, highly recommend. Outlast, one of the spookiest games I've ever played. I really want to go back and platinum Outlast 2 for a video at some point. and then maybe get all the trophies on Outlast, because I know there's no platinum for this one, but only 8 trophies, so I might do both of them in one, who knows. FIFA 14. I actually did pretty well on FIFA 14, got quite a few trophies on that one, which feels good that one of them at least is a high percentage. Yeah, Sniper Elite 3 is the one that I didn't do too much of, but more Sniper Elite. Pixel Junk, pretty good game. Doki Doki Universe, fine game. Tomb Raider, the definitive edition though. What did this come with, the DLC and stuff, I guess, but yeah, I'd already completed it on the PS3, so I wasn't about to do it all again, but I did it a little bit. Maybe I did complete it actually, I just didn't get as many trophies. Fez, this, I was not good at puzzles, I'm still not good at puzzle games, so I gave up on that very quickly. Road Not Taken, can't remember. Daylight was a pretty good horror game actually, not as good as Outlast or anything like that, but it was pretty cool. Transistor, these are the people who did, or went on to do Hades. They did Bastion as well. I'm blanking on the name. You guys know, I don't. But yeah, this was a really cool game. I really enjoyed that. Rogue Legacy, amazing game. I've downloaded, or bought and downloaded Rogue Legacy 2 as well. I just haven't got around to it yet. Velocity, another really great game. They were giving us bangers, to be fair, for free games of the month back around this time. Valiant Hearts, this game actually made me cry at the end of it. I don't really cry at games. Very, very rarely I actually cry at games, but Valiant Hearts, it got me. It got me at the end. But yeah, really, very quick game, probably like 2-3 hours, so highly recommend that one. I'd say I've probably cried at definitely under 10 games, and Valiant Hearts is one of them. Oddworld, I love Oddworld, but this one, yeah, it is fine. Destiny, did quite a lot of hours into Destiny, but again, not when I was going for trophies, so I didn't get that many trophies. But 21 trophies to say I wasn't trying to get them isn't too bad actually. Yeah, I never got into Destiny 2. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, very close on this one. What was I missing? I might go back for this one. Liberate 30 slaves in 180 seconds while riding a Caragor. Ugh, sounds annoying. Yeah, I could go for that one. Really good game. I really enjoyed this one. Actually, yeah, when I said Lord of the Rings games are trash, I forgot about the Middle-earth games actually. Especially the first one, because it felt so different at the time. Pix the Cat, whatever. Dust was actually pretty good. SteamWorld Dig, could never quite get into, but it was okay. Far Cry 4, like I said, was good, but I never got too far into it. 9 trophies. It just, you know, it didn't catch me as well as Far Cry 3 did, to be honest. Then we had The Walking Dead again, but on PS4. I went back and I did 400 days that time as well. Like I said, amazing game. The Crew, I believe the servers for this shut down in a couple of months. So if you want to get the platinum on The Crew, I'd do so now, because the servers are going down. I really want to, but there's a trophy. I don't know if anyone wants to help with this one. But as a team, has to be at least 3 players, finish first, second, and third in a PvP crew. I could get all the 2-player trophies because my dad could help with that, so I'm not too fussed about those. It's that trophy. I'm like, I don't know 3 to 4 people who have The Crew. Never mind who are playing it, so, but everything else, I don't know, guys. We have like 2 months to get it. I think maybe we should try. The Walking Dead Season 2. By the way, this looks like I haven't gone through the game. These trophies glitched for me. Not in Nottingham. I live in Nottingham, so that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, these 4 trophies just didn't unlock for some reason. I wouldn't have just stopped halfway through episode 3 and then gone to episode 4. So I remember that the trophies didn't pop for that for some reason. So yeah, but I have completed. I didn't have a platinum anyway, so I'm not too bothered about it. But Loadout was fine. Dragon Age Inquisition, really good game actually. I know a lot of people weren't the biggest fan of this, but I had a lot of fun with it. I need to go back to it at some point. Injustice, pretty cool fighting game. I actually got pretty good at this for about 2 weeks. I got really good at it because I got one of the rarer trophies on it, I think. No, I didn't. No, that's Win 10 ranked. Yeah, that one. That's one of the rarest trophies I have. Oh, it must be this one then, on my PSN profiles. Yeah, you know, on PSN profiles, you can look at your top 10 rarest trophies. I think Injustice is one of those 10. The Wolf Among Us, really, really cool game. I'm surprised we don't have the second one yet. It feels like it just keeps getting delayed. Uncharted, Golden Abyss. Didn't play too much of that, but It felt like Uncharted 1 from what I remember. So yeah, Freedom Wars was actually really cool. This is a PS Vita, by the way. Some of these are, you can see there. Welcome Park was just like a game you got with the Vita. Final Horizon, I can't even remember that game. Hotline Miami, really cool game. Assassin's Creed Unity. This was around when the game was very, very buggy, and I just stopped playing the game. But I want to go back to it because I've heard a lot of people consider Assassin's Creed Unity one of the better ones. So yeah, I got to Sequence 4, and then I was like, this is just buggy, and I wasn't that into the story at the time, so I'll go back to it. Binding of Isaac, I was addicted to this for a good month, I'd say. Really, really fun game. A lot of fun memories with this one. Highly recommend The Binding of Isaac. I want to go back to that as well. Fat Princess, piece of cake. I remember this vaguely, but I've only put 1 trophy, so couldn't have done that much on it. There's FIFA 15. More Lego Harry Potters. Kick and Finnick, I don't even remember that. The Order 1886. I enjoyed this game. I think people were expecting a little bit more with this game, but I had a lot of fun with it. It was just werewolves running around, and did some videos on it as well, which was cool back in the day. 2015, very easy platinum as well. I think you just had to, what's the rarest trophy? Find and inspect all items. It's just like dead obvious stuff, and all the items were so easy. I don't think you'd even need a guide to find some of those, but yeah, The Order 1886, pretty good game. I've realised we've only done 16 platinums that I've spoken about, so I'm going to get it to 20. I forgot how many games I did where I just stopped going for platinum. So Metal Gear 5 Ground Zeroes, which was the prequel to before Metal Gear 5 came out. It was like 1 level, I only got 1 trophy. There's not that many trophies, 15, so yeah, I can't remember that too well. Can't Spy, another free game. Lords of the Fallen, this was like a Soulsborne kind of game. It was fine. Ollie Ollie, pretty good game. I've heard it's a very difficult platinum though. 0.9%, not that rare I guess, but yeah, I've heard it's quite tricky. Right, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I think maybe this is when I started to just completely stop playing that. I went for the campaigns for all the Call of Duties, but I stopped going for the online stuff because I just couldn't care less. I didn't even complete the campaign for this one. Advanced Warfare I remember being pretty decent though. Battlefield Hardline was actually a lot of fun. I want to go back and play this because the campaign to this was pretty cool from what I remember. You were a cop, I think. Could be wrong. Maybe you're just a cop on some missions or something, but is there any online trophies that are gonna stop me? No? None? Oh, no, there it is. 2. Kill 25 enemies with a MAC-10 and 25 enemies with the double barrel shotgun. Let's see if the servers are still up. Oh, I think the servers are still up. Okay, apparently it's very sparse though, like not many people play it, which makes sense, but I might go for that platinum this year actually, because I want to get those 2 trophies before the servers do go down forever. Killzone Mercenary, I can't really remember. Ether 1, can't remember. UFC 1, like I've always said, EA Sports UFC, my favourite EA sports games. It used to be FIFA, but I think it's more so become UFC over the years just because I have a lot of fun with it. And you can't go back for the platinum on this one, unfortunately, but really good game. Guacamelee, couldn't get into. Super Exploding Zoo, couldn't. The Witcher 3, I think I've restarted The Witcher 3 about 20,000 times, and I get probably about 10 hours in each time and then just stop playing. But I really need to complete, and at some point I need to say that I've just not even got the platinum for The Witcher 3, but just I've completed The Witcher 3. I need to get that done. So Mortal Kombat 10, got quite a few trophies on that one, but no cigar. Drive Club, that game flopped as soon as it was born. The servers are down for that as well. The company that made it had gone on there, I think they're extinct. Entwined, pretty cool game. Shovel Knight, really good game. Flower, pretty fun. Geometry Wars, no clue what that is. Run Sackboy Run was a Vita game. It was just it felt like a phone game, but you were Sackboy, so there's that. Stealth 2, don't remember. Lara Croft was a puzzle kind of game. That Lara Croft was. It was like a shorter top-down version. It was fine. M++. I remember playing M++ on my dad's computer when I was probably around, it would have just been N+, I think, at the time, or something like that. I would have been 10, 11. So it was really cool to go back to that game on the PS4, and then I played it a little bit recently as well, but not for too long. Yeah, really good memories of that game as well. Not so much on the PS4, but on the PC back in the day. Schools of the Shogun, that was actually a pretty cool game. I really enjoyed that one. I put a few hours into it, only 3 trophies, but I remember enjoying that. Sound Shapes, I think, is a very easy platinum, so I should go for that at some point. Yeah, 7%. Grow Home was fine. Castle Storm, can't even remember. Danganronpa, I'd heard really good things about, but it's not that I couldn't get into it. I think I just forgot about it. I need to go back to that at some point as well. Lego Dimensions, I think this is one. Lego Dimensions, God, this felt like it was going to be a thing, because they brought out the level packs, but you had to go and buy the actual characters to get into the level. Maybe not a sustainable business model, but it was kind of cool at the time. You had The Simpsons, Back to the Future, Portal, because you'd always get the Lego games would come out, and sometimes it'd be about a film that you just don't care about. Like when Indiana Jones came out, I personally have never watched Indiana Jones, so I didn't play that one. But this was kind of cool because you just had shorter levels, but for like the Goonies, Sonic, Fantastic Beasts, like a bit of everything, which felt kind of nice. But God, is that how old Fantastic Beasts is? Oh my God, Harry Potter needs to do something. Unmechanical, whatever that is, Broken Age, don't know. Borderlands, could never really get into. I never understood the hype for that, to be honest. Tales from the Borderlands, this was a Telltale game. Actually really good, I enjoyed this one. Pretty funny, not as good as the Walking Dead one, that's for sure. Kung Fu Rabbit, another Assassin's Creed game. I did complete this one, but I think, yeah, Sequence 9, I did complete that one, but never platinumed it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't one of the better ones, but it was good to have one set in the UK or London. Was it London? I'm pretty sure it's London. Yeah, I remember the room I was in is at my dad's other house in like a bit further away in 2015. I remember sitting there playing on the TV around this time. So yeah, good memories of that game as well. Game of Thrones was another Telltale game. A lot of people hated this one, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. I really wanted a season 2 with this one. And again, this was around when Game of Thrones was absolutely peak. So it was a bit of a random one, but I enjoyed it. I thought the characters were cool. Gens of War, I've already explained about Dishonored. There it is again on PS4. I did exactly the same thing. I probably got to the exact same point and then just stopped playing. Another FIFA game, Guitar Hero Live. I don't know if you remember that. They tried to bring Guitar Hero back for a little bit and it didn't do too well. I think the company went out of business, but I did play it for a little bit, and yeah, people, I think it's more you just missed the glory days of playing these games instead of going back to playing them now. But Just Cause 3, Black Ops 3, which I barely did any of. I think this is meant to be a really hard platinum as well. Grim Fandango, could just never get into. Hardware Rivals, I don't even remember that. Slender, pretty spooky. Felt like it was a little bit too late to the game, like people were over Slender at this time. If it came out even 2 years before it actually did, I felt like it would have been a bit more popular, but yeah, World of Tanks, don't know why that's on there. Helldivers, I know we get Helldivers 2 soon, which actually looks pretty good, but I don't remember playing Helldivers. Dying Light, really great game. Did what I thought Dead Island was going to do with like the it had the parkour in it and a good story and actually fun combat. I did enjoy Dead Island as well, but Dying Light was definitely better, I think. Lemmings, you gotta love a bit of Lemmings every now and again, but pretty cool. Persona 4, really loved the Persona games. I want to complete Persona 5 because I never got around to actually completing it, but Persona 4 was really great, especially on the Vita as well. There were certain games that were just perfect for the PlayStation Vita, and Persona 4 was definitely one of those. The Banner Saga, really great game. I want to go back and actually complete it. I got stuck on one of the final fights. I don't know, I just could not do it. I tried so many times, I remember. And I know it's a trilogy now as well, so I've got the trilogy down there somewhere actually, but yeah, I need to go back to the first one and actually learn the story again. But yeah, This War of Mine was a really good game actually. And then Life is Strange is on next platinum, which was pretty easy. You just had to get all the collectibles on every level, but really great game. I love the Life is Strange games, and their new game comes out this year, I think, so I'll definitely be checking that one out. Right, we're going to talk about one more platinum, which will be the next one, because like I say, this is the era where I just wasn't going for platinums and I forgot how many games are actually... I've kind of shot myself in the foot, but I wanted to talk about every single game. But Broforce was pretty cool. Minecraft Story Mode was another Telltale game. Was pretty good. I don't know why I didn't get the platinum for that one. Did it glitch again? I felt like I did complete it because I know the ending to this game. I guess I didn't do episode 5. This was annoying though when they used to do the release the episodes differently. I don't think this one did, but a lot of Telltale games had released the episode just months and months apart. It was annoying. Elder Scrolls Online, never really fully got into. Star Wars Battlefront, Dead Star, I don't even remember that. Ratchet and Clank was really cool. I remember with them, they sold this game for like £30, £35, and at the time it was like, oh my god, that's amazing. But yeah, that was not my first Ratchet and Clank game, but the first one I actually remember playing, I'd say. The Walking Dead Michonne was another Telltale game. This was just a short 3-hour version though. Tropico 5 I could never fully get into. Bastion, I really want to play Bastion because I've heard it's amazing, but I just dropped it very quickly at that time. Limbo, really great game. They also went on to make Inside, which is maybe one of my favourite games of all time, but Limbo was still pretty cool as well. Journey, really great game. This one didn't make me cry. Did it? No, it didn't make me cry. It nearly did though. It nearly did at the end. Very close. I'll count it as one of the 10 games I've cried at because I was like, welly-eyed, you know, a little bit, ooh. A little bit like that. FIFA 17, there it is. Transformers, I got 1 silver, I can't even remember that game. Mafia 3, I could not get into. This was nowhere near as good as Mafia or Mafia 2. It was... I liked the story, I just didn't like the world. The world was annoying. Rise of the Tomb Raider was the second Tomb Raider game in that trilogy. Really great game. It came out on Xbox a year before, so I just kind of had to sit and wait, but eventually we got it, and yeah, had a lot of fun with that one. Felt like more of the same, but just improved on a lot of the mechanics. Final Fantasy 15, could not get into, to be honest. The little boy band driving around in their car, no. Stories, this was pretty good from what I remember. It was a free game, it was fine. The Walking Dead, A New Frontier, I didn't realise how many Telltale games I've played, oh my god. And another one's about to bloody pop up. There's Deus Ex again, as I said, could never really get into these games, but yep. And there is another Telltale game with Batman, which was actually pretty good. You know, there's a lot of Telltale games here, but most of them are pretty fun, I will say. So, yeah, the Batman game. Again, these are all just complete the games. All the Telltale games are. Apart from The Wolf Among Us, I think, is the only one that isn't. But that's 20 platinums that we've gone through. I was going to do 50 again, but there's just a lot more games in between each platinum around this time. But we're at 2017 now. So we've done, what's that? Did we start at 12? So at the end of 12, so 13, 14, 15, 16. So we've done about 5 years worth of gaming there. Which is pretty good that we just blasted through all that. But yeah, I think we're coming up to when I started to get back into platinums again, which was 2020. So another 3 years. So not quite there yet, but another 3 years and we'll be back to when I started to, you know, really want to go for platinums again. It was just before COVID hit. So you'd think it'd be because COVID hit and then that's what made me want to get back into platinums, but it's just before COVID hit. So I want to say it was January 2020, but we will wait and see. That's the cliffhanger for another time. So yeah, apologies that we only got to doing 20 platinums this time around, but we'll do 30 platinums in the next video, and then we should start to quicken the pace a bit more. But thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I'm going to be going straight into the finals now because I want to try and get this is going to be a video. I think I want to give the game a go. I don't think I'll do very well, but I want to play the game anyway, and then might as well make it a video. But I'll see you guys next time for part 3, which will be in about a month or maybe 2 months, so keep a lookout for that. Until next time, take care, peace.